Tuesday NBA playoffs. Round one, game twos continue. We got three of them Tuesday night. And I've got free plays and analysis in all three Tuesday night NBA games where we're looking at sides, total, player props, everything free for you coming up right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. I'm breaking down 76ers, Celtics, Trailblazers, Spurs, and then the late game Rockets, Lakers for you. And if you're liking these videos, all I'll ask is a quick thumbs up, like, and I will continue to give you every NBA playoff game free this entire postseason right here on Wager Talk TV. So click that thumbs up, like, positive comment below, and don't forget, click subscribe and click the bell as well for an instant alert so you know every day when these videos are posted right here for free on Wager Talk TV. All right, we'll start with your early game at 7 Eastern Tuesday night, Philadelphia at Boston, and Celtics blew out the Sixers in game one as expected. I told you I liked Boston in game one in the free play video on Sunday. Told you that the 1 and 2 seeds should dominate, and we saw three of those 4 1 and 2 seeds on Sunday win by double digits. The Celtics were one of them. Game was never in doubt, 123-91. Easy win from start to finish, and that 32-point win does set up perhaps a little bit of a complacency spot for the Celtics here. The problem is Philadelphia can't compete in this series. The Sixers are still without Embiid. They've been a below 500 team this season when he does not play. They've been a much better team with him. And yes, they do fit several good bounce-back situations, technical angles, but do we trust them here? Well, as I said also in the Sunday preview video, I thought the Sixers would have trouble in this series, but Boston might drop a game at some point, and we've actually seen the Celtics drop a lot of these game twos over the years as a big favorite. So while I'm not in love with Philadelphia from a matchup perspective, Boston does still live by the three and die by the three, and whenever you're three-point heavy, if you have an off night, the other team has a chance. Boston, by the way, was actually only just 16 for 44, 36% from three-point range in the other game. But the Sixers, 4 for 23. Look, this isn't a college team. It's an NBA team. They're going to shoot better than 4 for 23 from three-point range. I know the Celtics are a solid defense. And don't forget, I did give you Sixers team total under in game number one. So I'm not bullish on the Sixers, but this is a good bounce-back spot. Don't necessarily think they're going to win the game. But at plus 13.5, if I'm going to play a side, I'd rather be on Boston in this one in what historically is a good bounce-back spot. Teams that get blown out by over 20 points in the NBA playoffs historically do cover the spread more times than not in the next game. Now, it works better with quality teams. And here again, without Embiid, I rate the Sixers as a non-playoff caliber team. But game two teams that are off a blowout loss are also strong plays, and the Sixers fit several 60% ATS long-term situations for decades. So if you're going to play the side here, I'd lean towards Philly. And if we do get Boston off a loss at some point in this series, that's when we'll come back with the Celtics here. They might be a little complacent in this one after the easy win in game one. By the way, checking out the box scores, Paul George only got 8 shot attempts for Philly. He played out 28.5 minutes. Maxey, 21 points. He was 8 for 20 shooting. We're never looking to fade superstars. So if Philadelphia does have a bounce-back performance here, one of those two guys will probably have to do the heavy lifting. The problem is I'm not big on the Philadelphia offense in this series, so not really looking for a reason to play any player props over. As far as the Celtics, Tatum took 17 shot attempts, and he was only 1 for 7 from three-point range, and he still had 25 points in that first game. One guy that might bounce back is Derek White. He only had 10 points in 32 minutes in game one on Sunday. He was just 4 for 10 shooting and only 2 for 7 from three. So if you're looking for a play-on guy on the Boston side, I think actually Derek White, point props over might be worth a look. He only had 10 points, but once again, he did not shoot very well from the field. His over-under is priced around 14 for this game. He has had actually 12 points or less now in 5 straight games, and he has scored 12 or less in 10 of his last 11, or 9 of his last 10. So that's the concern I have with White. I think he plays better, but I'm not sure I trust him quite yet to get over 14 when he scored under that in 9 of the last 10 games. If you're going to play this one, I would lean towards the Sixers plus the 13.5 at 7 Eastern on Tuesday night. All right, your next game goes at 8 o'clock Eastern out in the Western Conference. This one is also most likely a blowout series. Portland Trailblazers sneaking in from the play-in round, just like the Sixers. They're both the 7 seeds, taking on the 2 seed in the West, the San Antonio Spurs. This one at 8 o'clock Eastern, and it's on the NBC Peacock networks. By the way, all 3 games tonight on Tuesday on the NBC, Peacock, and Sportsnet networks, just like they were on Monday. This is another situation. I told you Sunday I like the Spurs. I gave them to you for free here in the video, and that did turn out to be a strong client best bet as well Sunday night for my clients at WagerTalk.com. And the Spurs got it done. jumped out to the quick lead, ended up winning by 13. They've now won 3 straight in this series. And keep in mind, they won 2 out of 3 in the regular season without Wembanyama even playing. Without Wemby in the lineup, they still won 2 of the 3. And he had a huge game on Sunday night. 35 points, 21 shot attempts. Only got to the free throw line 5 times, and he still had 35 points. So there's no way we're fading Wembanyama. I do not think Portland has an answer for him in this series. And his up and over props would be the only way I play it. By the way, he only had 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 free throws. So you might want to be careful with the rebound props. But again, he was not missing. 13 for 21, 35 points. He's going to be a nightmare for the Blazers in this series. So that's another reason why I'm not really in a hurry to play the zigzag here. But like the last game, yes, it's a mismatch. I think the Spurs could sweep or win in 5 at most. Portland's going to steal a game. If it's not this one, it's going to probably be game 3 back at home later this week, down 0-2. But here again, they don't have to win this game. They're catching 11.5 points. And it could be a little bit of a flat spot for the Spurs after the easy win. And just like the 76ers, the Blazers fit numerous good game 2 big road dog bounce back angles after a double-digit loss. And they did trail by 21. So the 13-point final, not quite indicative of how that game really played out, as the Spurs were up by 15 after the third quarter, and they were up by 21 earlier in the game. Very similar to the Sixers spot. I don't like Portland in this series, but if you're going to play them, this is probably the spot to do it, catching the 11.5 points on Tuesday night. As far as some potential player props, nothing really jumped out at me too much. Holiday might bounce back a little bit. He was only 4 for 15 shooting and just 1 for 7 from three-point range for the Blazers. He finished with just 9 points. So Drew Holiday might be a guy you want to take a look at. I see him priced at 15.5 points. He had 21 and 23 points the 2 games prior, including 21 in that Suns play-in game. So Drew Holiday, if the Blazers cover here, he's probably going to have a better game than he did in game 1. He was just 4 for 15. So he got plenty of shot attempts, played almost 35.5 minutes. I like Holiday over 15.5 points. And once again, not looking to fade Wembanyama on the points. He had 35. I'm seeing his current price is about 27.5, 28. He has scored 35 and 40 the last 2 games, and he has scored 34 points or more now in 5 of his last 6 games. I like Wembanyama once again up and over 27.5, 28 total points for the Spurs. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern Tuesday night. All right, your final game goes at 10:30 Eastern, also in the West. And this should be the best game of the evening, a competitive game between the Lakers and the Rockets. And the Lakers pulled the upset in round game 1 on Saturday, of course. And as I told you in the Saturday video, I didn't really have an opinion on the side in that game, kind of taking a wait-and-see approach, because I do feel like the zigzag is going to work well in this series, because both of these teams, I think, have the capability of winning several games. In fact, the Lakers have now won 3 of the 4 head-to-head meetings this year, including 3 straight. They won both games in mid-March and also, of course, this past Saturday. Now, I'm well aware that Reeves and Doncic, James played in all those games in March, and Doncic is still expected to be out Tuesday night. He's listed as out. I do think he could sneak back in this series at some point. I mentioned that this weekend. Reeves is out for sure. So they're going to have to do the heavy lifting with LeBron again, and they got it done with the 107-98 win on Saturday night as a 5.5-point dog. And now it's interesting. The line now is just 4.5, even though I think the situation is better for the Rockets now here off the loss. And this is an example where the zigzag works in the NBA playoffs for a few reasons. First of all, we're getting a quality team in Houston, the better team in Houston, who's overall this season finished the regular season 52-30. And we're also getting a situation in which the Rockets, as the favorite, are laying less points now off a loss than they were in game 1. They're in a better spot here, a focus spot, yet we're getting a discounted price. So I do think Houston bounces back and ties this series up. And I do expect it to go probably 6 or 7 games now. That was one of the plays I gave you in the video on Saturday, was the series price to go 6 or 7. And I do think 6-7. I caught myself. Don't you dare do that. I can't stand it. Seriously, though, I do think this will be a back-and-forth series, so the zigzag is alive in this one. And the Lakers' 9-point win, let's dig into the box score. As expected, we knew LeBron would have to play well. He played okay, but he only had 19 points. If you told me LeBron was only going to have 19, I would not necessarily thought they were going to pull the upset, but he was very efficient, 9 for 15 shooting. Only got to the free throw line twice, did not make a free throw in the game, but he had 13 assists, and that's where he was magic, no pun intended. He's not Magic Johnson anymore, but he very well was at one point. He got the assist done, though. Yes, he only had 19 points, but think those 13 assists were on 2- and 3-point shots. So just say they're only 2-point shots, right? That's another 26 points he accounted for. So that's 45 right there, slightly more because a couple of them were on threes. So there's about like 47, 48 points he either assisted or scored. So he did make a huge difference in this game. And here again, I think if you're going to play his props, you only look to the over, just due to the fact he's going to play extended minutes like he did, getting 38 minutes. Luke Kennard, huge game, 27 points, but he was 9 for 13, 5 for 5 from three-point range. That's the type of player we look to regress a bit for a few reasons. First of all, I don't consider him a superstar, so I think that was a one-off game. And also, the Rockets are going to key on him now. He's not going to get as many threes. He's not going to be 5 for 5. And his total points is priced at about 14 right now. It was 13.5, 12.5 for the last game. And he's had routinely, about 15 or less points in most games over the past month. So I look for Luke Kennard to regress under 14.5 points for the Lakers. And I think that also coincides to the edge being with the Rockets here, minus the 4.5 as far as the side or the winner of this game is concerned. 10:30 Eastern for you. And that, once again, is on the NBC, Sportsnet, Peacock, whatever else they're broadcasting those games on for this game. Houston, real quick. Let's look at their box score before we jet here. Shepherd, 6 for 20 shooting. He took 14 three-point attempts. Only hit 5 of them. He finished with 17 points. But once again, I can't imagine if he gets that many shots, he's not going to score more. He's priced at only 11.5 points for this game. He's had 17, 19, and 12. He's had at least 11 points or more now in 8 of his last 9 games. He's had 12 or more, I believe, in 6 of those 9. And he had 17 in game 1. Despite missing 14 shots and missing 9 three-pointers, he still got up and over. That one almost seems too easy. I mean, unless they don't get him the ball anymore, I don't know why they wouldn't. He seemed to be wide open in game 1. Reed Shepherd, a little bit of a sneaky up and over prop, over 11.5 points for the Rockets. All right, there you go. Quick hitter for you in all 3 games Tuesday night, April the 21st. What are your thoughts on these 3 playoff games? Drop them in the comments below. I read the comments. I reply back. What sides, total, player props are you looking at? Hey, include some analysis if you have time. So, of course, we can all learn and earn and win together here on WagerTalk TV. And if you're liking these free play videos, all I ask is a quick thumbs up like. Click the thumbs up like. I will keep coming each and every day with every playoff game for free here on WagerTalk TV. Click that thumbs up like. It is much appreciated. Make sure you've clicked subscribe. I'm sure you have. We're almost at 250,000 subscribers. Almost 250,000 subscribers. Can't be wrong. Don't cost nothing. Click subscribe for free. And you do so, make sure you click the bell as well. That's the secret sauce. Click that bell so you get an instant alert. You can be the first to watch my free NBA playoff videos each and every day when they're posted here on WagerTalk TV. Now, I'm going to give you sides, total, player props in every game this postseason. Obviously, a lot of these are light TV leans only. If you're playing all of them, hey, 1% of bankroll is appropriate for a light lean. But if you want to know which one of these become official best bets, strong client plays that I am personally using, well, those are important because they're 4% best bets. And those are the games that go out to my clients every day at WagerTalk.com. You can go get my best bets for Tuesday night right now at WagerTalk.com. You can save 80% instantly on every play for Tuesday. Why? Because it is $5 Tuesday. Abe Lincoln is back. It's his favorite Tuesday of the week because every play has an instant 80% discount, just $5 a play for this $5 Tuesday. And that is a great offer. You get all my plays for $5 each. They're normally $25 a piece. A one day is normally $39. Nope. $5 Tuesday saves you big. Everybody gets excited for $5 Tuesday, but you know what? Funny thing is, if you buy a direct subscription, you actually get the plays for less than $5 a piece every day. 30-day all access is normally $2.99. Nope, it's just $1.99 right now because I've got promo code SM100, instant $100 discount. See it on your screen now. Instant $100 off by using promo code SM100. That gets you every baseball play and every NBA playoff selection for the next 30 days and nights, and that works out to less than $5 a play. We also have the buy 3, get 3 if you're still looking for a shorter term package. 3 days and 3 more days included for free. You see it on the screen there. 6 days for the price of 3. Just $69, dude. That works out to about $5 a play. Some longer term packages save you even more, though. We've got the Summer Spectacular. 3.5 months of all sports for about $5 a day. And you do the math. $749 for the next 3.5 months. As you see on your screen, that's like $560 a day. I'm averaging 2 to 3 plays per day. That's like $2 to $3 a play. So I know we all get excited about $5 Tuesday, but these direct subscriptions save you even more. Gets it down to just a couple dollars a play every day and night. That Summer Spectacular also gets all of August football which is something worth considering as well. Or the final offer I want to point out, and by the way, they're all listed on my page. No promo codes needed for most of these. That one promo code is listed for SM100. But the one-year all-access, instant $500 discount, and no promo code needed. You save big with this one because it's an instant $500 discount. You get a bonus 25% coupon, as you see on your screen right now, and that gets you all of next year's football seasons, college and pro, all of next year's college basketball season, all of next year's NBA regular season, the rest of this year's playoffs, all of this year's baseball into next year's baseball. It's a great time to start taking a consistent investment approach, and you can do it for about $1 a play. Let's get George Washington involved. One, so appropriate because it's about $1 a play with that instant $500 discount for the next 365 days and nights. That's how you take a true consistent investment approach and build your bankroll on a daily basis. Look, it doesn't matter if you get the one play, the one day, the 1 week, the 1 month, the 1 year. Everybody's getting the same plays. They're my personal best bets, the same games I'm using each and every day, same plays I've won consistently with for the past 30 years as a full-time professional handicapper and sports bettor. If you want to get my strong best bets for this $5 Tuesday, go check them out right now on my page, along with those special offers and promo codes. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And oh, by the way, bonus free play every day. The last cut for my best bet card goes up as a bonus free play. It's my strongest opinion, and it's free for Tuesday. So go get that free play for tonight and get the strong best bets and the special offers and get there quicker. WT.buzz/SM. On the way out, you can follow me on social media on X and Instagram at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, Merril, at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because you know there's more free play videos coming up next.